start with like an introduction of yourself, your name, what you do, the company you work for or started. Yeah, most of that.
Sure, my name is Irving Espinoza. I'm the president and founder of Irving Consulting Group. We're a residential project management firm dedicated to empowering homeowners through education. So our goal is to ensure that when homeowners are doing remodeling projects that we're following the highest ethics and practices in the industry to ensure they have a great experience when working with contractors. So we try to provide education based on building products and materials that are sustainable and are designed specifically for their climate so that when they're remodeling their homes, they're making informed decisions about what's best for their home.
All right, so how did you kind of get into that? What made you go this direction?
Sure, so the motivation of me starting the company was really based on my mother's experience. When my mother first purchased her home as a first-time home buyer, she had never owned a home before and so wasn't familiar with the process of buying the home and remodeling the home. And so when she hired her first contractor, she just had a really poor experience. They stole money, they stole materials, the work was done wrong, and so she tried to hire another contractor, and consequently after several experiences, she ended up in a really bad situation where she lost over $80,000 in home improvement projects.
Oh wow.
So she had like the absolute worst experience where just things weren't done right, and it created a major triple effect in our family. And by 2006, 2007, because of all the debt that she had incurred with all these remodeling projects in the home, her home, she couldn't bear the additional cost, so the home went into foreclosure.
Oh wow.
And I had 5 jobs while in college full time so that she wouldn't lose the house. And in 2007, I ended up buying the house from her so she wouldn't lose it. And there, so it was a big motivation as to why I started the company.
Wow, I guess it's a sad way that it had to come about, but it's good that, I don't know, what you came out of it. So now what are some of the things that you enjoy about the work you do? So that inspired you? Is that kind of like the audience that you're targeting with people that are struggling with finding renovations and things like that?
Yeah, so what I love is education. Both my father and mother were both teachers. And so I've always enjoyed the educational component of it. So today I represent like nonprofits such as Neighborhoods Homeownership and New View Communities, which are dedicated to empowering and educating first-time home buyers and present homeowners on home ownership. And they have a tremendous amount of resources as far as counseling services, financial counseling, and the city provides a lot of resources as well as far as lending options and how to prepare homeowners to buy their first homes. And so what we do at those workshops is the home inspection process. So we educate people on what to expect when buying a home, when remodeling a home, how to find a good contractor, what to expect when remodeling, so they can make informed decisions when they're working with contractors.
Nice. So what were some of the things that you did before starting your own company that kind of like paved the path for you being able to do this?
Sure. So my background was never home improvement. I started home improvement mainly because of my mother's experience in high school. So I started taking workshops in high school for building, roofing, construction, and from there I ended up going to school for robotic engineering. Was my concentration initially. So my initial degree was in science, but in 2007 when all this happened, it sort of motivated me to want to learn the industry a little bit more and learn why homeowners like my mother are having these sort of experiences. And for me, when I transitioned into business management, entrepreneurship, and marketing at Worcester State, I dedicated myself to really mastering the sales process, mastering business ethics, so that when I graduated from college, I could go work for a home improvement company. I went to go work for an incredible company, one of the fastest growing companies in the world in home improvement, and I very quickly grew in the company as a senior development manager, training hundreds of consultants across the country. So I was very fortunate to be a part of an elite company that had high ethics and business ethics and incredible training and leadership. And I was able to take those skills and apply them to what we do today at Irving Consulting Group.
Okay.
From those experiences.
Wow, that's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so how many years did you work for that company, you said?
Yeah, so I worked with that company for 4 years, full time, and I had been doing independent freelancing work along that whole time as well too. I started freelancing work back in 2008. So I had been doing small business-to-business consulting gigs around the city, around Worcester. But it wasn't really up until 2012, 2013 that I really started diving in specifically to the home improvement sector of it. And so since then, I've been very fortunate to work with some really great companies across the country that specialize in home improvement. And so that's sort of how I fell into this niche in a way.